Hello and welcome, friends. I hope everybody's had a good day so far. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back. I greatly appreciate all the ongoing support. This is my channel, Dragonsjewel, and I'm Tegan, and I'm just going to get all that wonderful YouTube stuff out of the way first. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. It's just down below. If you like the content I see, don't forget to hit like, and of course any love, comment, suggestions, all those wonderful things. There's that comment section down below. You can see a diamond painting here in front of me today, so that means we are doing our good old whip and chat. And whip just stands for work in progress, and I chat and we'll catch up on what the last little 2 weeks or so have looked like on my end. And so grab something to work on, paint along, craft along, listen. You can treat it like a podcast, get some things done around the house while I keep you company, whatever your preference is. Also, if you like grabbing a snack or beverage, do so right now. I, per usual, have some coffee here on the go. That's my beverage of choice. No snacks. I made sure I had lunch before I sat down. So no snacks right now, but definitely coffee. It is Thursday. We are at about 12:20 p.m. here. I'm filming this the day before. The hubby is home. He's going to be taking the little man off to a dental appointment here. So yeah, I figured I'd sneak this in, get her done and edited and out and all that good stuff. Yeah, because today is going to be a busy day for us going forward. So let's see here. I'm trying to think. So we go all the way back to June 8th. I've made some kind of random notes, just kind of keep myself remembering what's what during that time frame. I usually try to do that if I remember. But I think there's been a handful of times where I haven't, though, of course, and then I've just kind of had to go off my brain, which is even worse than when I write things down. Anyways, going back, I went on a little cabin weekend getaway by myself, just a little solo trip. I was hoping to use it as a way to kind of unwind and recharge, because I was feeling pretty worn out and tired and just kind of stressed and stuff, so I needed some sort of little break. And so that's what I decided to kind of do for myself. I found this cute little rustic cabin, about an hour and a half-ish, depending on, of course, traffic and weather and all that kind of stuff from the city. It was actually out on a working ranch. They took a portion of their land, built a couple cabins, and then they rent them out. So I was out on this little working ranch, but they keep the cabin side of things very separate from the ranch. But you could still, if you wanted to, take some roping lessons or go on trail rides if you pre-arranged with them. They had some goats on their farm and stuff like that, so you could arrange to go visit the animals if you wanted to. They had a couple good options. But these little cabins came with little kitchens and barbecues on the front porch, and it was close to a bunch of local beaches kind of in the area. And then there was a cute little town that had kind of an eclectic gift shop and ice cream shop and a little grocery store. So I figured it would be kind of a good little area to go enjoy. So I did that. I rented one of the little cabins to myself. I got one that had a TV in, so I was able to log into my Netflix and watch some movies or shows in the evening while I did some crafting and stuff in the cabin. During the daytime, I kind of went out, wandered on the property, or I would do some crafting out on the little picnic table fire pit area. That was part of my particular cabin, because they each had their own little private fire pits and picnic table kind of spot to spend time outside, so I did that a little bit. The Friday night I was there, I had the cutest little corgi come wandering over and say hi, so I had a little bit of company from that sweet guy. He was quite friendly and hung out for a little bit, getting some scritches and pets and all of that before moving along on whatever was on his go. They had a bunch of cats, kind of barn cats, that wandered around on the property. I know one looked like it had caught a mouse and was murring at me with a mouse in its mouth at one point. It was quite cute. And of course I said hi and told it looked like it had a good catch, and it moved along on its way. And then the day that I was packing up and leaving, another one of their little black barn cats came over and said hi. It was a huge love ball and purr machine. But, so I had some company packing up my vehicle from one of the barn cats. So it was a good little area. It was nice. It was a good little weekend. It rained quite a bit. It was heavy rain when I drove out to the cabin, so it took me closer to the hour and a half to kind of get out there, just because on the highway with heavy rain I had to kind of slow down a little bit more. And it was actually fairly heavy traffic leaving the city that weekend as well, going out to that general area. It kind of thinned out again as I got closer to the cabin. But we also, because it's near so many different beaches, there's also campgrounds in the area and stuff, and looked like a few people were headed out camping for the weekend. So there was that. Coming home, it was a much quicker trip. Coming back, I think that one was closer to the hour. Just coming back. So yeah, it was a nice little trip. I think for the most part it kind of served its purpose. I'm still feeling a little bit tired, but I definitely feel more rested than I was. I think it helped a little bit. I mean, I would have loved for it to have been longer, but the hubby was working at the time. I had to be back at work on the Monday, and I had to be back for the kid for school, so I wasn't able to take as long as I would have liked, but it was better than nothing for sure. And then came back, of course. Everybody was, kid was happy to see me, dog was stupid happy to see me, especially Ace, because he's definitely my pupper. He's my little shadow. Well, not really little, big shadow. He likes to know where I am, and if I go behind a closed door for more than 5 minutes without him, heaven forbid, he'll let me know just how much he missed me between that time. Like right now, he's on the other side of the door. He's good. He's good. He behaves and all of that. Like, he doesn't bug, but he definitely acts like his whole world ended and re-began by the time I get out. Usually he would much rather be in the same room as me if I can. I kicked him out though because, like I said, my hubby's getting ready to take the little man to a dental appointment, so he'll want to be out there for all that, and I just don't want the disruption at the moment. But yeah, he was happy. Janaya was happy. So that was that little weekend, and then this weekend that just passed, I did a book sale that was happening. It was one that came up on my Facebook feed, actually, because there's a couple of different local rescues that I kind of follow from when we were looking at getting a second dog, which ended up being Ace. But this was a different rescue organization that we had looked at the time, called Zoe's Rescue. They ended up posting a fundraising book sale that happened to be taking place right at a community hall, literally like 5-10 minutes from the house. So they were set it up where they had a bunch of people donate gently used secondhand books, and we're selling them and using the proceeds that they raised to go back into the rescue. They also had a concession stand, 2 vendors. One vendor had like shower steamers and lotions and kind of like bath type products or body type products, and then the other one was a bunch of homemade cookies and squares. Tons of amazing sounding flavors that she had. She had like s'more, cherry float, root beer float, banana chocolate chip, a reverse chocolate one, score pieces, like lots of amazing flavors. Some sugar type cookies. So I bought a couple of cookies while I was there. I found 4 books. I picked up my aunt. She ended up getting a bunch of books. My mom met us there with Riley, and she let Riley pick out a bunch of kids' books, so he got a bunch of kids' books for over at her house, which he just loved. He was very thrilled with his bag full of books. They had some puzzles, which my mom ended up getting one of the puzzles. They had a couple of pet items as well, and I think that's about all they had. But I mean, they had a good selection and way bigger than I thought they were going to be. Because, of course, when I saw their information about it, it was maybe about 2-ish weeks prior to the event. But they had been planning, obviously, prior to that, but I didn't even think about that. So I wasn't expecting it to be as large as it was. It was a busy, non-stop busy when we were there, so that's good. And then they updated on their page afterwards, letting everybody know how much was raised from that sale. And wow, let me tell you, they did awesome. They ended up raising over 10 grand at this fundraising book sale for the rescue. So that's amazing. That's awesome. I'm thrilled it was such a success for them. I love seeing that for the rescue and all the animals that they're bringing in. That'll definitely help go towards costs that they need to continue rescuing more animals. So that's amazing. They did awesome. What else? Oh, and then that evening, one of my best buddies that I've known since my Zeller's working days, just out of kind of high school, college time, she had her cousin who plays at one of the local pubs out in St. Albert, which is a little town not far from Edmonton, especially the west side of Edmonton. She was playing there with her usual fellow who also plays with her, so we went to that show. Unfortunately, we missed a good chunk of her cousin's set because her family had this huge family reunion prior to, and her and her uncle, who was once picking me up to go out to see her cousin playing, had to bring back a whole ton of kind of leftover food stuff, and then they had to drop off one of her aunts and their roommates back at their place, so that we were a bit late getting to her cousin's set, so we missed a good chunk of it, unfortunately. But the guy who plays with her is also very amazing, and we still got to see her cousin and chat with her cousin and all that, and hang out with a whole ton of her family. Actually, she had a bunch of her family that had come in from BC and kind of throughout Alberta, come for the family reunions. So there was probably about half the place was probably, or pretty close to, maybe not quite half, but it seemed like half the place were her family of some way, whether it was a cousin or an uncle or an aunt or a child of one of her cousins kind of thing. So yeah, I met a whole bunch more of her family that I hadn't met, which was, of course, lovely. She has a really, really lovely family. They're very welcoming, very friendly, all of that. And they're fun to hang out with as well. So that was kind of a nice little evening out. Got to catch up with her because I hadn't seen her in a while either, so that was nice. That was an evening out, having some beers and dancing and listening to some music, live music. So yeah, that was lots of fun. What else? Then, of course, I snuck in one last dental appointment for myself with the little man having a school year coming to an end. I snuck that in before that officially ended, so I did it while he was at school. Got it done for like the next 6 months, so my next appointment won't be until he's back in school again, so that's perfect. I like trying to work it that way if I can, because otherwise I need somebody to watch him, and that can get kind of tricky with everybody's schedule sometimes. So yeah, rather than worrying about that, I managed to sneak that one in. It was fine. I had a different hygienist than I normally do. I mean, they weren't, like, some hygienists can be rough and a little bit more aggressive kind of with the teeth cleaning and stuff like that. He was fine in that sense. He just wasn't overly like friendly, or didn't really have a bunch of the kind of customer service side of things. I mean, he said hi, asked a little bit about the weather, basic kind of customer service stuff, but he also didn't, they've got a TV that's overhead. He didn't ask if I wanted a channel changed or TV on or off or anything like that. Little things like that he kind of just missed, that most of the hygienists there that I've had in the past are very good about. So I mean, he was okay. Not that it was a super long appointment, and not that there would have been much on daytime TV anyways, so it was just something that I've kind of noticed about him versus other ones that I've had. So that went fine, and then of course the kid was officially done his school year as of yesterday. That was his last day. So he came home on the bus with a folder of all of his kind of schoolwork and artwork that he had done throughout the year. Came back with his school supplies, all that good stuff. A little gifty from his teacher that was like a blind bag type thing that he's already broken into, of course. So yeah, now we're officially on his summer. I have no idea what we're gonna do. We still have to set up our pool. So hopefully we'll get that pool set up, and then I'm also hoping that the smoke from wildfires won't be too bad this season either, so that maybe we can do some more playgrounds and parks and getting out and about, using the pool a lot more than we did last season. Mind you, I know we bought it late in the season last year too, but even just getting out to use it from smoke kind of hindered us a bit last season. So hoping all of that's good this season, or at least better. I mean, it's to be expected to some degree, sadly. But yeah, so we'll have to figure that out. My aunt's already going to come an extra day every week just to kind of do her Riley time, which she likes to do. So that'll free up and some of my time with him, and so that'll allow me to get some other things done, but also give him a change of pace from doing things with mom, or doing things with me, his mom, right? So that'll be good for him too. He loves his auntie visits, or great auntie visits technically, since she's my aunt. So that'll be good. And then I don't know and hubby keep talking about camping, so I don't know, maybe we can squish that in somehow and get us out camping. Last time me and the little man went camping, we went with my parents because the hubby had to work, and it was lots of fun. It was good. So it'd be nice if this season he can actually join us for a camp trip. So we'll see if that works out or not. But yeah, right now we don't have any real set in stone summer plans. They're kind of just loose, and we'll see what happens, kind of thing. That also, yesterday was the hubby's birthday. He did have to work, and then he was planning on doing kind of a little vacay after for a little bit because he was feeling like he needed it, but now he is on a longer term time off instead. They laid him off at the end of yesterday. We kind of suspected it was coming, but he still booked the vacay anyways, just in case, to make sure that he had the time off, kind of thing. So yeah, unfortunately, no job right now. He's got to wait for the next one, get word on that when it is, what it's looking like, all that good stuff. So we're just hoping it's not going to be another shutdown, because that's all he's done in the last little while, and it's been kind of hard on us as a family, doing all those shutdowns back to back the way he has. So we're hoping for a normal 410 schedule for his next job out, because he had just gotten back into that when this job ended, and it was kind of nice being on that schedule again, because it's easier to plan things as a family, easier to do things, easier to know that your weekends are free, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Won't know that till later, of course, what that's gonna look like till we get word. But right now he's off for who knows how long. We of course always take advantage of that. He'll do some more streaming for his channel. He'll be able to work on videos again, which he'll enjoy. Get to dive into his VR stuff. We'll be able to plan things as a family, go do things as a family easier, attend things together easier. So that'll be nice until we kind of get word on all of that. Get things done around the house. Buddy, mommy's busy. Sorry, little man's all knocking on my door. Yeah, I know, buddy. Bye. Mom's not coming out. Okay, and my hubby's birthday was yesterday, so tonight we are getting together with my parents and my aunt, and we're going out for dinner to kind of celebrate it. So that's kind of like the little family celebration. We're gonna do the home fire, just one of our favorite restaurants. Hubby's already decided he's gonna go for the bison burger tonight. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet, but yeah, we've got that later tonight for his birthday. So that'll be good. And that'll kind of, I guess, start everything. What is it, middle-ish of next week, I think? I think it's already middle-ish of next week. My parents are going to Vancouver for a couple of days, so I'll be popping over to my parents pretty much with a little bag of toiletries, necessities, and some crafty stuff, and dog sitting for them. Nice thing about that now is, with the hubby being off, I don't have to worry about bringing the kid, going between my parents' house and our house for dogs. Not leaving dogs alone for too long on either side of things. So it definitely makes all of that easier to handle with him now not having to work. So that's at least a good side of things there. So yeah, I'll be over there, I think Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday midday they're leaving, and then they're coming back late on the following Monday. So it's whatever that is, 5-6 days, something like that. Not quite a week, but almost. So I'll be headed over there, which means I will probably take full advantage of the hot tub. And then, of course, spend time with Axel, the cutie patootie little monster Weimenheimer that they have. Oh, he's quite lovely. He's actually very sweet. I just call him a monster because he's still got a little bit of the... he's not really a puppy anymore, but you know, kind of the... Still learning, though. Still learning and still sometimes testing things. Much like Ace in that sense. A little bit of a goober still. But yeah, no, that'll be nice. A little bit of a change of scenery too. That'll be like another little vacay for me and kind of a chance to unwind a bit. So looking forward to that. Well, of course, with that being said, that brings us into channel updates. Right now, I've caught up on filming all the unboxings that I've had sitting here for a bit. Just filming, not getting them out. They're filmed, sitting in a folder, ready to edit and kind of get out onto the channel as videos naturally do, kind of thing. Or at least that's the way that I work it. Sometimes I'll pop an extra one out here and there if the mood strikes, or if there's one or two that I want out before another one, that kind of thing. So definitely glad to be done that. I do have a couple of things coming on the way, so I mean I'll have to film those once they get here, but as of right now everything's caught up again for filming in that sense. Ghostly Echoes, which would normally follow next week because I'm going to my parents on the Wednesday. I'm not sure how, like, I know the hubby's off, so if I can kind of work the filming and getting it edited in time, I'd like to, but the kid is also home. The hubby likes to work on videos, so there's gonna be some juggling for all of that. So we'll see if I can swing it or not. If I can't, there will for sure be another video, an unboxing or small shop or something like that that'll pop up in its place. So there won't be a lack of content. It'll just be the type of content might change. My usual kind of shuffling of things that I tend to do. Unfortunately, my Ghostly Echoes and the wip&chats are the ones that kind of take the brunt of the shuffling and postponing. But yeah, don't worry, we'll figure that out. I'll of course let everybody know closer to on the community tab, so you won't miss what's going on there. Now, of course, I checked on a subscriber count this morning, and I'm super excited to say that we are now only 10 away from 500. So we've almost reached that goal. We're getting so close. So keep sharing out the channel where you can. Keep liking those videos. Keep commenting on them. All that good stuff. And we'll get there really soon. I have a feeling we'll be there soon. And then, as long as it stays consistent for a day or two, then and keeps kind of growing a little bit to kind of show me that we're not dipping down back under kind of thing, then we will look at doing our 500 subscriber giveaway, which I am super looking forward to. I feel like it's taken forever to reach it, so definitely looking forward to it. I'd love being able to give back to everybody who watches the channel, sending out a little goodie package of diamond painting stuff, all that good things. So yeah. Other than that, join us over on Facebook. All of that is linked up down below in the description. But if you join us on over there, we share all of our diamond paintings. I've shared a couple of crafty things here and there, so you're definitely more than welcome to share other crafty things that you work on. It's a great little community. We're very small right now, so definitely want to see that grow. Love to see that grow. I enjoy seeing what other people are working on, what they're up to. It's really just meant to be a creative, friendly, and welcoming space for everybody to enjoy. And it's not that you even have to post every day or every single project, just occasionally even, and being there and checking out other people's stuff and getting inspiration, hopefully from them. New ways to diamond paint, new ideas, new companies even, all that good stuff. So definitely join us over there if you're not over on it yet. Eventually I would like to kind of set up events, community events and stuff like that, but we definitely need to grow first, one step at a time, which I just want the end results right now there, but we'll get there. I know we will. I would love to see that end result and start diving into some of that stuff too. So I think that is pretty much it for channel updates, what's been going on, all that good stuff. Can't think of anything else to add in or that's been missed. Of course, if there's anything that you would like to suggest, see, any questions, all that kind of good stuff, don't be shy, reach out. You can kind of ask away in the comments. You can contact me through my email that I provide down below. If you're part of the Facebook group, you can chat me up over on there. All that great stuff. So yeah, don't be shy. I love to interact and get to know my community as much as I can, which is why I created that Facebook group to begin with. And of course, I love reading and seeing all of your comments in the comment section, so definitely fill that on up. This has been Magic Potion that I've been working on. And this has been a big, long project. I'm finally starting to reach the end of the canvas further down here. It's probably still going to be at least another, I would guess, maybe month of working on it, depending how much time I get. So yeah, it's definitely near the end, but still got a chunk to go. I'm thinking after this, I'm probably going to move on to a couple of smaller projects for a bit, just to kind of feel that progress again, and then get back into some of my bigger canvases. With that, of course, being said, I think that is all. Nothing else to add, so I will catch you in the next video with something new. Bye.